Stefan, let me just ask you, what was the key to staying focused? You guys were up like 50 to 29 at halftime, and then at one point you're even up 35 to 13. So what was the key to staying focused in this game?
Defense and rebounding. Like that was our big emphasis for this last 2 or 3 weeks since we came back from the break. It was just to win the battle on the boards and to play good, to share the ball, and we win the board game 49 to 24. I mean by 25. So I thought that was the big deal. So.
Dominique, you set both a season and career high for three-pointers, and I noticed it seems like that they were doubling Pat in the high post, and that kind of left you open. So how did you take advantage of that opportunity when they were pretty much getting on Pat?
Yeah, when they doubled him, I just tried to find an open spot where you could see me and just spot up because that's what we do in practice. So just kind of tried to take that to the game, and it worked out for us. Found me, so it was cool.
Dallen, just talk about rebounding, not just tonight. I mean, it was dominant, double the rebounds of Western Oregon, but really like during this win streak, I mean, rebounds have been a staggering stat for us, something that we haven't been used to in the past. I mean, what are we doing so well to box out and, get those, especially those defensive rebounds?
Well, it's something that we always work on in practice. It's a big emphasis with Coach, especially our defense, and then with that comes one-shot opportunity for the other team. So we really try to make sure they only get one shot, and in order to do that, we try to box out. Plus, the type of guys we have on this team are all pretty hustle guys, and we're trying to, contribute where we can, and rebounds is a great way to do that.
Dom, it seemed like early in the second half, even though you guys kept your lead in the 20s, you guys started committing errors. They started getting steals from you, making baskets off of that. What concern do you guys have about those lapses, especially going into the rest of conference play, and conference play is going to get tougher for you guys. So when you have lapses like that, what concerns do you have?
I think it's early in the conference. They got started pressuring us. We knew that we were going to come out pretty strong at half, and I think with the lead we kind of relaxed, but we had to work on that in practice and work on the rest of the conference games to just kind of play the full 40 minutes. And I think that as these next couple games come along, we'll grow as a team and put together a full 40.
Stefan, what does it mean for you guys to have 6 days to prepare for Alaska Anchorage? Because that's the big in-state rivalry. That's kind of even a cornerstone game for you guys. And what does it mean for you guys to get that extra time? Instead of having a game on Thursday, you actually just get to work, do some extra work on Thursday. So what does it mean to have that extra time to get ready for the Seawolves?
It's a big time advantage because, like today's game, I thought it was tougher than the game on Thursday. Because like you said, on Thursday we had a whole lot of time to prepare ourselves for, and then we had just had one day to prepare for tonight's game. But to have next 4 or 5 days just to work on Anchorage plays, on their tactics and stuff, what they do is going to help us a lot. And I know coaching staff and we're going to get ready for that game because all the guys know what happened last year against Anchorage. So we really want to win that game.
Steph, last few games you haven't been in the starting lineup, and that's something that you had been for like your first 37, 38 games of your Nana career. But how do you feel with your role coming off the bench? Because you're still getting your double-figure points. It puts Ronnie in the starting role, and his point production's going up. But where you were struggling shooting, you're shooting better off the bench than you were in starting role before the break.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach about it, and we talked about it, and I said I got no problem with it. I got no problem starting off the bench. Just it gives me a chance to see what other people do and where can I attack them, and I think that's the difference because I start taking better shots now since I start going off the bench. And I don't know, we'll see. As of right now, I have no problem with it because we're winning and Ronnie's rebounding. He's a better rebounder and defender than I am, and that's something that we need to have to start the game off. And like I said, we have to know our strengths and weaknesses, so I'm ready to give that up in order for us to win, so I got no problem.
And just whoever wants to answer it, got down 5-0 Thursday, and then you go on a big run and never look back. Get down, just give up the first basket tonight, and then you score the next 11. What is just working so well early in the games that wasn't earlier where it was big runs in the second half? This is big runs right out of the gate, and we're taking control.
I think that it's really just in our preparation. It kind of takes us a second But once we see that first basket going for the opponent, we really kind of step it up and want to come out and just get ourselves a comfortable cushion and run away with the game. So it's nice to see that with this team.
I think I agree with Dom, and it's focus, and that's the edge that we got to keep. To start off hard and finish hard all 40 minutes, because that's the only way we can keep winning for the rest of the season. Because if we start slacking, that's what's going to happen. What you said, we're going to start having bad stretches. So, and that's something that we don't want to have for the rest of the season. So.
Yeah, to go along with the preparation, it's like you see them score maybe 1 or 2 baskets, and you say, "Hey, we've been over this. We know we can defend that play," and so then we get on it and get back to what we learned earlier.
You, I know.
What concerns did you have about Western Oregon after the Anchorage game? You know, they lost 82-56. When you see a score like that, what concern does that give you about them?
Well, I think the biggest thing after winning Thursday, and then after you see our players see the Anchorage score, is just we just got to make sure we say, hey, we still got to show up and play. You know, they're going to play hard. You saw that, and they pressed. But that's the biggest thing is you just, you know. We're playing Western Oregon. You got to be ready to play. Crazy things can happen, and we did. We got off to a great start, and it went from there.
Go ahead.
Just talk about the rebounding. I mean, double them up. I mean, that's a huge advantage when you do it on the offensive end and defensive end, but 36-16 on defensive rebounds. Just talk about that stuff.
Well, that's just something that the momentum's been building with that rebound. I know I talk to Danny about it each time, and rebounding is boring to talk about, but we went on the road last weekend and had huge rebounding nights, and then the same thing tonight. And we talk about it starting our offense. You know, it doesn't matter if they play man or zone. If we can rebound it and get out, you know, the first 6 minutes of the second half, we threw it around a little bit there. We didn't finish some things, but I thought we were pretty consistent defensively in rebounding. But that's been a huge plus since we started the league.
I asked Dom about this, but I got to the game late, but I noticed early in the second half that Pat was getting doubled up high. That left Dom open for the 3-point shots. Was that by design that you told Pat, hey, if you're covered, swing it out to Dom, or was this basically just one of those good nights for Dom that he had that good look at such good looks at the basket that he could drain 6 3-pointers?
Well, that we want to attack against their press, and so that's where it wasn't anything. We know if we get double teamed, we just got to get it out of there and make a couple passes. The biggest thing is they press and gamble, and we just wanted to break the press and find people. They go from a zone press back to man, so when they're going back to man, we have a chance there to move it and find some open people, and they did a great job. So that was our plan. Wasn't to worry about Pat. Our plan was to, let's attack their press, and we found the open people and the extra pass, and they've been doing a nice job of that, finding people. I don't know what we had 21. Yeah, we had 21 assists tonight. So.
Go ahead, Chris.
Just talk about this ride right now. I mean, that's 6 straight. It's the longest in a long time for this program. I mean, just what's allowed this team just to click like this, especially after, you went through a really rough GNAC season a year ago, and we've already got 3 more GNAC wins after 3 weeks.
Well, no, it's a great ride. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a good ride. It makes work easy when you win, but we've gotten better. After we beat MSU Billings, December 10th or 11th, we had about 2 weeks before school was out and Multnomah. We said, let's try to get better in those 2 weeks. And then I thought against Multnomah, we really played well, even though, it was against the NAIA school. And we came back after Christmas, had a good week. And so they're buying into trying to get better. And we definitely have gotten better. But we're gaining confidence too. To come out and to win like this just from the start. We're gaining confidence as we go. And those road wins were a huge confidence booster.
I asked Sergey about this, but talk about the extra days to get ready for UA. As I mentioned to him, I said you know, your big in-state rival, but it's also a corner. It tends to be a cornerstone game for this program. So, you know, talk about just having those extra days to get ready.
Yeah,
for
and when you play your rival, you get the whole week too. It's nice. It's just nice right now. We don't play on Thursday, so yeah, we're taking Sunday, Monday off, and then we'll come back Tuesday. And we do have stuff with school Thursday, you know. So there's quite a bit going on Thursday, Friday with everybody coming back and the students. And, but no, it's nice. We got a long week. They have the same though. I mean, they're preparing too, but I think our guys are really looking forward to playing them, and it should be exciting. And we're going in with momentum, and I have a feeling they probably won too, so they're probably going to come in with momentum too.
What does it mean to be able to get guys like Mr. Robinson and Mr. Pearson some extra playing time out there? I mean, you know, get those.
No, it's nice. I'm pretty cautious. I've had a few bad situations when I subbed the bench guys in too soon, and so I'm pretty protective with that. But no, it's great. It's nice to get those guys and to get in to get Anthony Reese in. You know, he came back the 27th with everybody else and didn't travel with us. So to be able to get him in the last 3 minutes is nice too. He deserves that. And they're in practice every day, and you know, the main 8 guys are getting all the minutes, but those guys are valuable to us. So it's even though it's a couple minutes, I know they enjoyed that.
Can you talk about the work of your post players when Sergey was out with 3 fouls? Because I mean, I don't even know if he ever came back into the game. But I mean,
I'm not so sure Sergey was a post player tonight. I'm not so sure he wasn't a 3-point shooter tonight. But.
Yeah, because you really didn't lose
Yeah. anything
anything inside when he was gone. I mean, and they've had some big guys out there. Morton and the other kid out there were pretty big. So I mean,
Well, Dallen Bills played. He got in foul trouble the first half, so Sergey played too many minutes the first half, and then so Dallen got some minutes the second half. But you know, we have 4 inside guys with Dallen and Sergey and Zach and Andrew, and it's kind of nice right now if we keep them healthy. I mean, it's nice rotation. You know, we're not wearing them down because you know they rotate all 4 of them. So knock on wood, they can stay healthy, but we're not having to play people tired is the main thing.